want to start talking, you need to start talking.
Well, I'm going to start talking. This is Ron Doyle. I am electrical contractor in Delmarva Peninsula of Maryland, and just purchased a CTX-160 from Hunter Allen of Vermeer all roads. I want to do a little walk around the machine, give you some specs, let Hunter introduce himself and what he does, and I think he likes his job. But what can you tell me about this machine, Hunter?
My name is Hunter Allen. I'm with Vermeer all roads out of Annapolis junction. This is our CTX-160. We can start in the back. This operator station, the chariot style. Got cushions on both sides. The CTX-160 comes standard with the rear weights here in the back. We also had dual fuel tanks on both sides to help with the weight disbursement. We have 9-inch tracks. Overall width is 42 inches. This machine's rated at 1,600 pounds. We got dual auxiliaries here, low and high. Skid steer hook up here. Right now we have forks. Mr. Doyle also purchased some other attachments as well. Chain down, we got one in the front, one in the back.
Well, I had done some price comparisons and some with Ditch Witch and then Bobcat and Vermeer. And Vermeer, I actually looked them up online because I didn't have a local dealer. I was really toying around with the SK 1550. Robbie Reister, really nice guy with Ditch Witch. Me and him are going back and forth, and I was going back and forth with Hunter Allen from Vermeer, and I just decided to make the change to Vermeer after operating the Ditch Witch SK 750, which is equivalent to an 800. Fell in love with it from a rental yard. Was operating it, doing trenching, laying conduit for our local Delmarva Power. As the Delmarva Power requirements now, contractors have to do their own conduit burial. So conduit requirements now are a 3-inch for all residential services. That's the smallest conduit you could do, and I felt that the SK 800 750 was a little bit of a struggle on hydraulic flow and horsepower. So I decided to go with a bigger machine, and I like the chariot style. The Ditch Witch doesn't really have they've got more of an open platform, and this is more of an enclosed platform for protection. And they have the bull horns, which is easier to grasp and control with one hand, same as on the other side for your controls up and down. This is forwards and backwards, and then left and right, and then this is your bucket up, bucket down, and then your tilt side to side. Hunter can explain this because I haven't used this machine.
Your high flow options for attachments such as a trencher or a boom.
This lever here and this lever here
will be your low flow for things such as a grapple or a blade.
Okay, and it's got a little bit of a dirty screen, but let me wipe it off. So this machine, we've been running a little bit. It's wow, it's pretty nice. 132 degrees. Engine coolant, hydraulic temperature 64. Engine RPMs is 0 because it's off. Engine coolant temperature 132. Volts for the battery. This is nice. Engine hours 1.3. Battery is 12.2. Hydraulic temperature. Engine hours, we're going over the same thing. It's got a nice control. It's not keyless, definitely has a key. They've got a protective cover on it now to keep the snow and the ice out of it. That should be better than some equipment. I've always been used to driving a mini skid steer and tire machine, and they always have the difficulty of seeing what's behind you. Unlike the stand-on versions of the mini skids, much safer. I've had a couple cases where I was on the one case in Salisbury. I was doing a trench job, and I was finished up the trench, and I was backfilling and back dragging and going up to a sidewalk, and I was trying to watch my perimeters, and a kid on a bicycle, as I was back dragging, drove right behind me with his bicycle on the sidewalk. Kid was about 5 years old in a development. Yes, I could have been at fault if I'd hurt him because I didn't have the sidewalk flagged off. He didn't have a parent with him. He was riding up and down on the sidewalk, just enjoying himself. But riding on a mini skid steer, being able to see behind me, actually saved the kid, and I believe it saved my business, because I think I'd have probably lost everything. I'm really sold on these mini skids. One thing I told Hunter that I wanted this machine to do, and he pretty much guaranteed it, was it will lift a IBC tote. I burn firewood, as you can see. This is way more than I need, and my woodshed is already full. I cut down an elm tree, the March of this past year, so this wood is pretty much drying. And watching Outdoors with the Morgans, Mr. Morgan had weighed the large totes, which are these three on the end. They weigh approximately 1,650 to 1,680 pounds, depending on the species of wood that's in them. Well, one of my standpoints behind buying this machine was this was one of my requirements, that it will lift this to full height without any problems. So we're going to do a little demonstration. I'm going to walk around one more time and show you a little bit better close-up. And I do want to show you a little bit about the motor. Hunter, can you tell me a little bit about this thing?
Sure. This is the 40-horse Kohler diesel engine. As you can see, everything's accessible from the top. Hydraulic filters.
I'm going to walk to the other side so I can get a better view.
Air filters right here on top, and when you need to get to any other check right there for the oil, and these panels will just pop right up. You pull them up on both sides. There's no bolts needed to take the side panels off.
Nice.
So it saves you some time there. And on that side, you have to, if you'd like to raise the boom all the way up to get to the sides, you have a lockout right there for yourself for safety.
And it's only one lockout?
Correct. Yep. For that one cylinder.
On the right side of the machine.
Yep. Correct.
And this is a 40 horsepower Kohler turbo diesel, and this is the turbo part. Anything else you can?
That should be good. You got a protective sleeve here for the added heat.
And Skidco made a video, and he was complaining that it doesn't have a hood latch. Well, it does have a hood latch. It's integrated into this pivot point. So if you push that up like that, that's your hood latch. And we have the Palatine.
These are the Laughlin pallet forks, and these are a 48-inch tines. And Mr. Dole also purchased a 36-inch tine pallet forks as well. And they're adjustable in and out as well, and they're a standard skid steer hookup.
And I also purchased a 60-inch bucket with a bolt-on blade and a
48-inch bucket with bolt-on teeth.
Bolt-on tooth bar.
Tooth bar.
And so it's pretty much opens me up for doing a lot of grading driveways. But also lifting IBC totes, and we're getting ready to give you a demonstration. Mr. Hunter's going to fire it up, and all right, we're getting ready to do a little demo of lifting an IBC tote. Now, like I said, this elm is it's dry right now. Hunter's going to fire up the machine. Its weight is approximately 14 to 1,680 pounds. It is dry, so it's going to be a little bit less than the Morgans had specified at 1680. Now he is at idle speed. And this machine will lift a full IBC tote. She's a little light in the rear, but it will do it. 1,600 pound capacity of this machine. But she's doing it, and she's doing it, watch it, Hunter, she's getting soft on you, bud. She's doing it on soft ground. This ground, we've had a couple weeks of constant rain, and she is not sunk yet. She's doing pretty good. So I'm impressed. What do you all think? Like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Look for more videos in the future about this machine, me doing demos with it. God bless, and y'all have a good day.